Well, Your Excellency.
Thank you so much.
President John Dramani Mahama just received one of the highest international honors in the United States in Philadelphia. But here's the twist. Not everyone is celebrating.
Heritage presenting a Philadelphia FIFA World Cup star.
Wow.
It doesn't say England on it, so you can wear it. All right. And we have a Philadelphia World Cup signature football.
So why was he awarded, and why is it even sparking controversy at the same time?
Even though in the United States, you still have discourse on LGBTQ rights. There are still 26 states in America that have legislation that restricts LGBTQ rights.
So just take a seat, relax, take a sip, and let me explain. And all that you gotta do is to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Now let's get into it.
Guys, if you've enjoyed this video so far, please do me a huge favor and hit the like button and subscribe. These videos take quite a long time to make, so if you could help me out, I'll love you forever. Thank you all for your support. Now let's get back to this crazy story.
Ladies and gentlemen, when we all stand up, let's all stand up. And welcome His Excellency himself, President of the Republic of Ghana, my Excellency himself, John Mahama.
So President John Dramani Mahama has been in America for the past weeks, and a lot of things have happened. I mean, if you've been following my channel, I've been updating you ever since. Now yesterday he met with, Ghanaians in Philadelphia with a very prestigious ceremony showing their Ghanaian in them whilst even living overseas. Now, in the same Philadelphia, President Mahama was awarded the International Statesperson Award by the World Affairs Council of Philadelphia.
Heritage, presenting a Philadelphia FIFA World Cup star.
Wow.
It doesn't say England on it, so you can wear it. All right. And we have a Philadelphia World Cup signature football that we'd love to present to you as well, Your Excellency.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Pardon me? All right.
Now, this is not just an award. In fact, it is given to global leaders who have made a lasting impact on democracy, peace, and international relations. And past participants of this award include world figures who shaped global conversations. So the big question is, why Mahama after he was denied award at Lincoln University? Now, according to the organizers, Mahama was recognized for his role in strengthening democratic governance in Ghana. And 2, his peaceful transition of power after elections. 3, his contribution to international diplomacy. And I always tell you that, yes, President John Dramani Mahama is one of the few presidents who actually set a precedent. He was the vice president of a certain president, John Dramani. When he passed away, he became president. He was voted into power. And then, whilst in power, he lost the elections. My God. Which African president will allow this, being in power and then losing, election to the opposition and saying that, okay, no problem, you come and rule, I'll come again. My God, he left, he came, now the opposition, which is the MPP, ruled for continued 8 years. And after 8 years, this former president came back again to contest and win. And you can clearly see that after winning, he has really learned his lessons because he is correcting all the mistakes. And I remember one of the things he said when he was contesting for elections was that, I have learned my lessons and I want to come and do the good. And personally, I remember saying in an argument, saying to my friends that you've done all that you can do. What are you come to do again? You understand? A lot of Ghanaians also ask that same question. But with what he's doing, the transformation, you can clearly see that really President Mahama learned his lessons and he's rewriting all the wrongs. So I'm not surprised that this institution saw this and gave him this award. Now, in simple terms, President Mahama was being celebrated as a leader who respects democracy and promotes stability. But what he said during his event is where things got interesting.
I believe that it is respect for the rule of law, it's respect for human rights, it's respect for the freedoms of the people. Ghana is held up as a beacon of democracy in Africa, and that is because we have set up institutions that are standing the test of time. We have an independent electoral commission that superintends our elections, and the Constitution gives it autonomy and protects it from political interference. And we also have political parties that are willing to accept the outcome of results. And if we dispute elections, we don't take guns and fight. We go to the Supreme Court for an interpretation and a decision. And so I think that level of tolerance, in the political atmosphere is what has given Ghana the advantage it has. We have a relatively independent judiciary that we have confidence will adjudicate matters fairly.
During his speech, Mahama emphasized something very important, that strong institutions are what keep a country stable. He pointed to the judiciary, democratic system, and the rule of law in Ghana. Now, his message was clear that Ghana's strength is not just leadership, it's about the system behind it, just like America. When you go to America, it is the institution that back you, the president. And there is an adage in Akanda that says that Abuanin Tekra and a man yekase. It's the same with Ghana. So he's saying that our institution, so in America, Donald Trump may be one of the powerful presidents now, but assuming, without admitting, in fact, he also lost power. The moment he lost power and when he resisted, the moment everything was confirmed, the army, the military, the police, the national state, they all moved, they withdraw from you, and then now they back the incumbent, the one who has won, and then now you become isolated. And that is exactly what is happening in Ghana, as stated by President John Dramani Mahama. But this is even where the story takes a U-turn. Days before this recognition, Mahama faced criticism in the United States.
The issue of LGBTQ rights are emotive, and they are not completely settled in terms of their nuances and arguments, not only in Ghana but all over the world. Even here in the United States, you still have discourse on LGBTQ rights. There are still 26 states in America that have legislation that restricts LGBTQ rights. And so for a country like Ghana, our democracy is playing out in respect to what those rights are. And let me point out that the bill in Parliament is not a government bill. It's not a government-sponsored bill. It's a private member's bill. And so Parliament owns that bill for now. And what the eventual nature of the bill would be, nobody can second-guess Parliament. And I, as President, cannot anticipate, Parliament in respect of that bill. But I believe that our democracy will work out. Memoranda are being accepted from all people of all walks of life. Civil society organizations are all presenting papers to Parliament. And I believe that our representatives, the representatives of the people, will make the will of Ghanaians reflect in whatever bill eventually comes out. And so I swore an oath to uphold the Constitution, and so the representatives of the people will discuss the bill, and once they pass it, then it comes up to the presidency. And the Constitution gives various pathways for dealing with it. If I object to the bill, I can send it back to the Parliament. If there are issues that need to be dealt with, we have the Council of State, which is a superior body. I can refer to the Council of State for advice. And so there are many issues that are still playing out. But I believe that our international partners should understand that public policy is grounded in our legal traditions, in our cultural context, and in our social consensus, and all those issues are playing out as we speak.
Why? Because of concerns about Ghana's stance on LGBTQ related legislation. So now people are also asking that, how can someone be honored as a global statesperson and at the same time be at the center of international criticism? The same Western powers, UK, Lincoln University, another state in Philadelphia. This one says you have LGBT stance, so I won't give you. This one saying I will give you. So people are now talking. But President John Dramani Mahama addressed it and asked the foreign world to respect our culture and traditions, because these are the things that govern our Africanity. This is what makes us African. We respect and protect God's nature, and we respect that a male should have a female, not a male to a male or a female to a female. No, we don't do that. Now, this is bigger than Mahama. This reflects a global tension, African values versus Western expectation, and also national sovereignty versus global power, because what one side sees as leadership, another side may see it differently. Now, let's be honest, and to you watching, do you think that President John Dramani Mahama is well deserved for this recognition? Let me know what you think in the comment section. It's a wrap for today.